Hello there, everybody. This is Moletrap, and I am going to be coming at you here with a game from the Pro League. If you don't want spoilers, go back now before it's too late. Um, this is going to be the ace match. Unfortunately, I do not have a ton of time today, so I cannot do a full Pro League set. However, I'm going to try to do the game here. Sorry, I'm trying to look up. Someone requested this game, and I was trying to figure out in the background who it was, and I don't quite see off the top of my head who it was. It might have been in IRC or something. Anyways, this is Flash versus Baby. Baby versus Flash, and this is going to be a very exciting game, I believe, because Flash is, of course, known as the TVT master. He's the greatest TVTer on the planet, probably. But when this game was requested, they said, "Oh, Nullshop, you should cast Baby versus Flash from Pro League," and I thought, "You mean the game from the Pro League from like a couple months ago or a month or two ago? That was a pretty good game. It was really good. But I wish I'd casted it, but it's too late. It's old and what have you. But then I saw that there was another game they played in the Ace match, and I was like, sweet. By the way, Baby is the blue Terran, so Baby Blue will help you remember that Baby is the blue Terran. Flash, the drawer of blood, is appropriately the red Terran in the bottom right-hand corner. This is the map Judgement Day, so we are seeing the Judgement Day, where the Terminator is going to possibly judge the Baby John Connor of sorts in a game of StarCraft. What is going on here? They're making a big deal about this girl and guys hanging out here. Anyway, I wish I understood Korean. Anyway, so yes, this should be a very good matchup, though, is the point I was getting at, because Flash is obviously very, very good, but Baby is probably one of the top few Terran versus Terran players also. Basically, Baby was beating a lot of good Terrans. He absolutely owned Huashin, for instance, when Huashin was actually trying, and did very, very well against MVP, who MVP actually took a game off of Flash. So, those three guys are kind of like very, very top level TVTers. Baby's definitely at least in the top 5 Terran versus Terran players. Anyway, so it should be fun to see these guys match up against each other. Flash has shown a little bit of vulnerability lately. He's actually lost a TVT to Ruby. Whoa, Ruby, who's on Air Force Ace. You would not expect an Air Force player to beat Flash in the Ace match of that matchup, but he managed to pull it off. So Flash has shown some vulnerability, shown that solid play from lesser players, I would say, can still beat him. He's not invulnerable yet, and he's actually put a forward barracks, by the way, although he's running his Marines back now towards his base to try and kill the SCVs, since he's probably just planning on making those Marines, and then, oh man, door fail. SCV waltzes right in, sees exactly what's going on, sees that there's 2, possibly 3. I didn't see how many SCVs were on gas, but that will give Flash a clue as to what's going on there. It looks like 3 SCVs on gas there. Anyway, so yeah, Flash is now going to float his barracks forward towards Baby's base and be able to get a better scout in with his barracks later on. Anyway, Flash is now expanding to one of the expansions inside his little area there, and Baby is probably going to follow suit before too long. Flash getting a little bit ahead of the game already, though. But Baby, the game against Huashin was brilliant to watch, because he lost the economic lead early on. He was a little bit economically behind, and he's going to be definitely economically behind because his command center is not only late but also behind the base to protect it, and so it's going to have to float over a short distance to land at the expansion in order to get started mining. So Flash is going to take an economic lead here, definitely. But Baby basically won that game out of harassment. Look at this vulture battle going on. Both players trying to patrol at each other. They might get a simul killer. Oh no! Baby's vulture got an extra hit on Flash's and able to take it out. Nicely done. Anyway, what Baby did to win against Huashin was just do constant harassment. Did drops, did vulture harassment, did vulture drops. Just absolutely did not let up. Was constant barrage of harassment against Huashin, and Huashin just could not stand up to it. And Anyway, it was, wow, did you see that? The SCV went to the mineral pile, and I think Flash actually caught it and made it return the gas first. Nicely microed. Anyway, we'll have to see. Both these guys are not quite going yet. Flash has his expansion up. Baby's going to have his up in another 30 seconds. And as well as a starport with a control tower, are we going to see an early drop? We could see cloaked wraiths as well. A very popular move to make. And Baby has snuck in an SCV. I'm sorry, a vulture rather. I don't know why I said SCV. Into Flash's base and killed off that SCV. And look, did he see the starport? I don't know if he saw the starport. He's running his barracks out now. Which I'm kind of surprised he didn't go a little bit farther. Maybe he was just satisfied that he had not seen anything and wanted to leave. But I don't know if he saw that starport. The fact that we see an academy going up means I think that he probably did see that starport. Armory already up, so he was preparing for the cloaked rays regardless. So the scout didn't mean a whole lot. Maybe he just wanted to scope out how many factories Baby had or something like that. But he's going to run out that barracks and is going to escape before it gets burning, I believe. Anyways, but Baby was able to get a vulture in there and see what was going on in Flash's base, see how many factories he had, and pick off an SCV to boot. So definitely worth the effort there. Baby is now landing his command center. He's going to get mining at his second base as well. There's the Wraith out right now, but Flash already has Goliaths. So Flash is going to lose that barracks probably, but the Wraiths are not going to be able to do much good at all. Oh, never mind. Well, we'll see. We got the SCV running out. Where's the SCV going to go? He might try and kill off that Wraith and save the barracks. Vulture coming in. Oh, what is the Vulture doing? Okay, so the barracks is burning, but he's able to protect it at least for the moment. And is going to be able to get an SCV over there, I think, and repair it, which is going to enable him to not lose it, and so he can build more factories later on. Anyway, so both players just kind of building up. Flash has on top of the tech. He's got the tech advantage with the Goliaths over the Wraiths. He's got the comsat stations down now. He's getting a third base now as well. He knows he has the advantage, so he's going to get that third base and just start expanding like crazy, and that is what Flash does best. He expands and expands and expands, especially in Terran versus Terran. That's how he wins his matches, is just by expanding like crazy, and every time he blinks, he just expands again and just gets such a huge economy eventually that it's just ridiculous. Anyway, Baby is taking his third base again, following suit. But again, a little bit later than Flash, so he's going to get his third base up a little bit later. Looks like Baby's got a couple Wraiths in there. It doesn't look like he's producing any more, though. He's just going to pause the Wraith production and just go for those couple Wraiths. Wraith tank can be pretty good. With the Goliaths out early, low numbers, the Wraiths are not going to be able to do as much good. But oh man, loses one Wraith and the other one is going to escape barely. He's just trying to fly around and get a scout in, I believe, at this point. He's going to scout that third base, so he knows that's there at least. Baby has his tank set up in an interesting location, possibly even setting up a siege line already in preparation for taking the top middle base. Flash has been macroing off 2 factories, both of them getting more factories right now. Flash has a third factory going up. Baby has a third and fourth factories going up. So it looks like Baby's going to try and just put out more troops early on, although Flash is probably going to get another factory as well. So yeah, he's repaired that barracks. It's chilling in the corner there. It's safe. He's going to be able to build more factories. That's fine. Now Flash has spent a lot of money on Goliaths here, and Baby has only spent he must spent the money on the starport and the 2 raids and the control tower, but I don't think he even bothered to research Cloak when he knew he'd been scouted out. So not too much loss one way or another, and more factories going up and an academy. No, I'm sorry, just one more additional factory. A 5th factory going up for Baby, and an academy as well, just in case Flash decides to switch up and go for Wraiths himself. Baby could not get that Wraith into Flash's base to really scout it out completely to see if Flash was going to go for Wraiths. So he's having to just kind of guess, setting up some siege lines out here in the middle there. Some very interesting maneuvering here. This is a strange map with a lot of ins and outs, a lot of turns, corners, gaps, ridges, and so Baby's having to kind of defend into sort of oblique angles here. Flash getting caught off guard, running it. No, maybe not caught off guard. He must have known this area. He's going in with his full forces. Siege is up. He's not doing enough damage, though. These tanks are doing a lot of damage. Looks like he is managing just through superior forces, though, to kill more of those tanks than I thought he was going to. So Flash does take that position. Baby's going to have to fall back after all. But Baby doing significant damage to Flash's forces at the same time. So about an even trade there.